Hello, everyone. Welcome to Thursdays at 3. I'm your host, Jason Crespin. Right there is where it says it. And Thursday already, September 9th, 2021. So glad that you guys are watching today. We're going to have a fun show, chit-chatting with some leads of our fantastic production of The Sound of Music. Before we get to them, we want to let you guys know all the things going on at Amarillo Little Theater this week. It's been a busy week. Congratulations, we want to say to the cast, or to those who auditioned, I should say, for the upcoming production with the Academy. They've had auditions for the Sherlock Holmes play that they have going on. I know they have callbacks. I believe the cast list goes up Friday, is what I've heard. So congratulations to all those who auditioned for that show and got called back. And I know this is now that waiting time when you have nothing you can do to help your odds of getting cast. But good luck to all of you. And I heard callbacks went really well, so congrats on that. Speaking of auditions, we want to remind you on Monday and Tuesday, we have auditions for Defying Gravity. No, this is not the Wicked musical. It is actually a show called Defying Gravity. It's a great play by Jane Anderson. We want to remind you auditions are Monday and Tuesday, September 13th and 14th at 7:30. Those will be, of course, at the Amarillo Little Theater Adventure Space. The show is directed by Kara Limer. She'll be making her ALT directorial debut. We're very excited for that. We have perusal scripts at the box office you can check out for $10. You just come, bring us $10, and you'll get the script. And when you get the script back to us, we give you your $10 back. The production dates there are November 11th through the 21st. It's a great production. If you even don't know really anything about it, definitely get a script, read about it. There's some great roles. It's going to be a fantastic show at the Adventure Space. And so those auditions are just around the corner, which is very exciting. Hello, Mr. Braden Dalrymple. Hope everything is going well in Dallas. Let's see other things that are going on. We want to let you know now in September, if you go over to the Royal Bar, our friends over at the Royal Bar, order yourself a great drink called the Texas Rosebud. I'm going to move over to the side there. The Texas Rosebud is a great drink. This week is the kind of brick and elmed cause cocktail, if you will. And all this month, if you order the Texas Rosebud, some of those proceeds go back to the Amarillo Little Theater. So check out the Royal Bar. It's in the new Palace Coffee location in Wolflin. This drink sounds great. Has Still Austin whiskey, an ounce of Beetlejuice, which is fresh processed beets and apple juice. I had no Beetlejuice is a whole musical in our world, so it's good to know that it's also a drink. Some Creek House honey sounds fantastic. I still have yet to have time to run over there, but I will soon and get a couple photos of that. But look for the Texas Rosebud, order that when you head on over to Palace Coffee in the Royal Bar there in Wolflin. We want to remind you, of course, ALT Academy classes are underway. Those ALT Academy classes are still open for registration. There's still some availability in some of those classes, so definitely check out our schedule. Call the box office 806-355-9991 to still register. Don't forget, you got to be in classes if you want to be a part of our Academy different shows. My sister-in-law. I'm more to my sister-in-law. I miss them. I haven't seen them in forever. Hopefully they're doing good. Glad to see you. All right, so let's just jump into Sound of Music, y'all. This is a huge production. We can't waste any more time. We got to talk to our amazing two leads of the show, leading our huge cast. We have somebody who has done many shows with us, and then a brand new person to ALT, making her ALT I almost said directorial debut. Hunter's not directing this one. Nope, she's making her ALT just acting debut. Let's bring on Mr. Jacob Miller and Hunter Lee. Hey, y'all, how are y'all doing?
Good.
Good to see you. I'm gonna take off this little thing because it looks like I have to like duck down. Let me pull that out. Let's talk about Sound of Music. Woohoo! Those of you who don't know, obviously we're doing Sound of Music at the Amarillo Little Theater. It's a collaboration with our Academy. Jacob, who do you play in the show?
I play Captain Von Trapp.
Captain Von Trapp. And Hunter, who do you play?
I play Maria Reiner.
That's right. One day y'all should just switch. I think y'all should just switch it up and see how well you guys do. I think it'd be great.
I think I love all her songs, so
I think I'd be all right.
For it.
I love it. Yeah, I feel like you both would be excellent in either one of the roles. Our one, we want to make sure people know that tickets are on sale right now. Of course, our production runs September 16th through October 3rd. I'm going to switch this background to the other thing since we can't read that. For anyone who doesn't know, maybe they've lived under a rock or they didn't have access to the movie growing up. What is The Sound of Music about? I joke that I wanted to make it like a horror Marvel comic, something where the mountains come, or the hills come actually alive and start eating like the family and the children and all that stuff. I mean, right? I mean, you start off, the hills are alive, and that should be the scariest thing, I think, right? Yeah. But for those of you, or those viewers who maybe don't know what The Sound of Music is, in y'all's words, without giving too much away, what is The Sound of Music about?
I think it's about family and the way that art and music can bring people together. If you had to really boil it down.
Yeah, the quick synopsis. Jacob, what do you think?
I think music can be used as a metaphor for love, and I think that the whole show is about brokenness finding cohesiveness.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, that's gosh, y'all are deep. That's great. For those who may not know, Maria, she's a little postulant in the convent, and she's maybe a little different postulant with bigger dreams and different things. And Mother Abbess decides that she would be the perfect person to go help Captain Von Trapp and his 7 children. I feel like he could have named them like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Like that would have been so much easier. And Maria goes out there and really just becomes, the nanny of these 7 kids and introduces them to music. And through that kind of discovers more about who she is. And the captain discovers more who he is. And all that stuff, throw in some nuns and some Nazis and some pills, and you got a show. It's pretty epic. You guys are getting some crazy love from your cast already. Malia says hello. Hunter is crazy talented, wonderful new face at ALT.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Courtney, I love being on stage with these 2 wonderful people. Callie says, I love Jacob and Hunter. Notice no Jason. Okay, thanks, Callie. Thanks so much. Just kidding. We love you. So we want to make sure, the musical, I think, was first introduced. It's a Rodgers and Hammerstein musical. In fact, it was the last collaboration that they had. I believe it was ran on Broadway in 1959. I think it tied for best musical with another show. I cannot remember. I'm horrible right now. I knew it, and then it just slipped out of my head. It starts with an F, like something crazy. Anyway, but then of course it was made into the movie that we all know and love in 1965 with Julie Andrews. Were Jacob and Hunter, were both of you familiar with maybe the movie growing up as kids? Like, is that something that you watched, or were you maybe familiar with the musical before, or what was your first introduction to The Sound of Music?
My first introduction was as a kid.
I
think we had it on VHS. And it was the first time I watched it. And then I think we got the DVD and I watched it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And I would sing it and want to perform it. And my mom, I'm sure, has plenty of stories of me making a fool of myself. Because growing up, I also, my dad custom built a stage in my bedroom so that I could perform.
That's awesome. Awesome.
And so I'm sure there's many of times of me singing my favorite things on that little stage in my bedroom as a kid.
For sure. What about you, Jacob?
Oh, yes. I've loved this show for a very long time. Grew up watching the movie multiple times. I've seen it on stage several times. I've actually music directed it 3 times.
Oh, wow.
Before now being on stage with it. And the first, I music directed our high school production of it, and then conducted it twice when I was in Lubbock. So I just loved this show for a very, very long time. So
for sure you're familiar with it. It's such a classic piece of not only musical history, of course, but movie history. I mean, everyone knows the iconic moments. I remember as a kid watching it going, I want to go jump on those steps and walk around the fountain and ride a bike and all of the things
play
that
in the
happen.
trees.
Exactly, yeah.
All of that stuff.
We have a longtime ALT volunteer. She's since moved away. Kara Clopton used to be Carrie Key, and I'm pretty sure it's her family that she used to watch the movie and then they would stop it at the wedding. So she didn't know anything else after that. Like growing up as a kid, like she thought that was a happy ending, moved on, nothing else. And then she realized later, like, wait, there's a whole other section to the show. Like I didn't know that.
One.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, it's like, oh, happy ending. It's like at the beginning of Act 1 of Into the Woods. Everyone thinks it's done there. Hunter and I talked about that the other day, and then there's no Act 2. So yeah, there's a whole lot more that happens after that for sure. And Hunter, you have performed this role before in high school.
Yes.
This is your senior year, correct?
Yes, my senior year of high school. This was our big musical, and when it was announced as like the musical for the year, I freaked out because it was my dream role, like the ultimate. Like if I can do this, I could die happy, and I would be okay with that. And I was fortunate enough to be cast as Maria. And I just had a blast with it, and it was so much fun. But during that production, I was also the costume mistress for my theater program. So I did all of my own costumes, and I did a lot of the other like ensemble costumes, as well as I sewed all of the curtain clothes for the kids.
A lot of work.
Which was a lot of work, but I got to method act a little bit. I got to be Maria and make my own clothes and work really hard on these curtain clothes for the kids. Yeah. And it turned out really well. And it was kind of a shot in the dark with auditioning at ALT. I just knew that I wanted to be a part of it again because it was my favorite experience I've ever had. And I get to play Maria, my favorite role, again. And I just feel so fortunate for the opportunity. So Jason, thank you.
Yeah, no, I love it. I love that. It was a great a moment for you. I thought whenever you thought, oh, I can maybe squeeze in this audition, and then it all worked out. Yeah. Jacob, what about you? I mean, you've been with the show so much. Had it been a role that you always wanted to play? Like, oh, if I ever get to audition for the captain, I want to audition for that show.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This is funny. I have a TikTok. And before this was announced, that I didn't even know ALT was going to do it. I recorded like 5 songs from The Sound of Music that are.
Oh, no way!
So
I did see that. I did find you on TikTok.
Well, I'll have to search TikTok now.
Clue that ALT was going to do Sound of Music. So
yeah.
So yes, definitely.
Nice. That's awesome. I always wanted to play Rolf. I was like, surely a Mexican can play this role. Like it's so
why
period.
Not?
So period. Why not? Exactly. With it, Hunter, how has it been making your debut? I mean, you're kind of the new person. It was so much fun when we had the cast list get posted and everyone's like, who's Hunter? Like nobody knew who you were, which was just like a fun night. Surprise.
I think it was really fun because I wasn't able to audition because of Texas, the outdoor musical. And so I just sent in on a video and I got a callback. And the funny thing was I knew no one. I looked at the callback list. I was like, I have no idea who these people are. Because I'm not from here. I'm not from around here. I'm from Tempe, Arizona. I'm here for college. This is my theater lobby at West Texas A&M. Go Buffs. And some tech things going on. Sorry.
You're good.
I didn't know anyone, so I was kind of scared. But I was also hoping that everyone would be more welcoming than I was imagining everyone to be. And so far, that's true. Everyone is so wonderful. I remember the first rehearsal with the kids. Immediately, they were just enamored and like all over me and so ready to work and so ready to just be my friend. I think Alessandro, he plays Friedrich. He called me cool, and I was like, "All right, that's it. I've peaked.
You've made it.
A kid called me cool. I'm good." Cool. Like, and so it's been really fun, kind of in a new environment. I'm having fun with it.
Well, you adapted very well to everyone here for sure. I think it's been a joy to work with you and have somebody new, like a new energy, which is always fun. And there's so many ALT or actors that are making their ALT debut with this show. We have so many new families that have auditioned and Academy parents that have not been on the show before, and then just randomly brand new patrons that wanted to audition, and so it's exciting. A lot of new talent for sure at the theater. This just in case anyone is needing, this is Jacob's TikTok at Dr. JCM. Thank you, Mr. Brett Coe, for that breaking news. Breaking news. Anyone to follow Jacob TikTok? Your
Whose
followers
wife is Sister Berta.
Yes, that's right. Yes, making her ALT debut with us as well. I feel like your TikTok followers are going to double today, Mr. Jacob, with just our Thursdays at 3. And speaking of past volunteers and actors at ALT, one of our past ones, hey, Mr. William Robertson, so glad to see you, Rusty. Good job. Just glad you are an ALT doing well. We are. Hopefully, you are doing well as well. We miss the Robinson family. They were such a big part of ALT for sure. With this being obviously a story that's based on a true story, there was really a Maria that, she definitely went and experienced this, and that's what they took her book and kind of made this into a musical. Fun fact, I'm pretty sure, I think I'm right on this, I Have Confidence, I think, in the movie, the real Maria is in the background in one of the shots, like she's walking. And I think that's such a cool moment, like a little Easter egg there that I think they've done, which is great.
Isn't she reading or something?
I think so, something like that, yeah. We tried to get Julie Andrews just to walk across our set for you, Hunter, as like a little Easter egg, but
that'd be so cool.
So busy, COVID and all, so it was really hard.
No, never mind. I was gonna say maybe Carrie Underwood's available.
Right? Yes, she would probably be more available than anyone else.
Oh.
Yeah. I did get an email of a company that was trying to get us to get Laura Benanti to come in and do a workshop, but man, it was like crazy amount of money that was like.
Jason, just a little tidbit. My friend works for that company and texts me and told me she was reaching out to you. And
oh, really?
She goes, this is your theater, isn't it? I'm like, that's my theater. So
I love it. Yeah, I was like, these are awesome, but we're nonprofit right now. I was like, if I can find a sponsor, maybe. Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh, let me see. Oh, Nick Priscilla says, always love to see the ALT family grow. It's so true, Nick. We have so many new family members with this show, which is great. So great to have some new blood in our theater, which is always fun. Well, Rusty says, I'm trying to remember the first show I did with Jason. I think it may have been 3 Trials of Oscar Wilde in about 2004. Rusty, I think it was before that. Yes, we were in that together, but I think, it doesn't matter now necessarily, but it might have been that show. I was thinking we did another one. Rusty, were you in Buddy Holly? I thought you were. Yeah, I think he was. Yeah, you were in Buddy Holly. I think it was Buddy Holly. Alan's next door right now to me, and he just said yes. So yeah, I love it. Mitchell says, yes, I love Hunter, Jason, and Jacob.
Mitchell?
All three right there representing. I love it. But yeah, with this being based on a true story, Hunter and Jacob, what's the process for you guys when coming up with your characters and things like that? Of course, you can reference the movie that we all know, or Hunter, you've played the role before. Do you do any research into the actual story of what happened, or how do you go about developing your character?
You're making me think that I should do more research. Knowing that she's a real person, I have to balance the quirky musical theater acting that is required for entertainment purposes, and also being a real, genuine person, which is sometimes doesn't translate on stage. But finding that balance is, I think, what I've been striving for personally. And the funny thing is like I find a lot of similarities between Maria's character and myself. So some of the little quirky giggles I do on stage, or moments that I have, it's not Maria, it's just me. So it's easy for me to step into a character because I relate so much to her, and her love for music, and her compassion for children and for family, and knowing what is right and wrong and things like that. But I've actually that's as far as character. What I'm struggling with right now and still working on as an actor and in this role is physicality, and keeping myself in the physical presence of the character rather than just Hunter on stage, which I'm still working on. And that's something that I love about theater, is that up until like show night, you can still work and you can still learn,
yeah.
you can still find things to improve on and to add to it.
Well, I
don't
agree.
know.
Every night we find you guys do something and it finds a new truth in your storytelling, in your element,
Mhm.
which then sparks another, note that then will just add another layer to your characters. And I think that yeah, it's an always evolving process to fully discover who these characters are. What about for you, Jacob?
Well, I did research it, and I don't really use a lot of it in how I try to portray the captain because the stories are so vastly different.
Yeah.
The true story of the Von Trapps is really, really, really different than the musical. So I just try to use mostly the script and portray that there's so many captains out there that are just so shouty and angry, and I'm really trying to not do that to the level that a lot of previous captains have. I'm trying to play him more heartbroken from the loss of his wife and
Sure.
his country spinning out of control. He's very patriotic, so there's more heartbroken melancholy there. So I'm primarily just using the script just because they're in also watching a bunch of other past performances of different people.
Yeah. Well, and even last night, we just looking back at the text of the script, just the word friendly that we found last night in rehearsal when you describe a mountain was like this awakening of so many ideas of why he says friendly mountain. And I thought that was just a good use of going back to the text and seeing what's there and what we can there's so much information that we can just pull from the text.
Mm-hmm.
You both are doing excellent with that, and as our whole cast. Jacob, for you, has it been fun working with kids again? You kind of had a little bit of a kid with Fun Home, with just 3 kids. Now you got 7.
Well,
really doubled because we have double the cast of kids.
2 of them were my children in Fun Home, and
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
they're in Sound of Music. Now I will say I got chastised for calling them Gretel 1 and 2, and then Hunter finally taught me their names.
Did he? Okay, I love it. Wait, Alan, make an appearance real quick. Alan is saying hello.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Yeah, you can't call Gretel 1, Gretel 2. No.
So I do know their names now. Hunter helped me with that. And, fortunately, we have a lot of very motherly people like Hunter and Callie and others that entertain them backstage, so I don't have to. So
we were going to put you in charge of the backstage.
The younger girls right now are very into I'm talking like the Gretels and the Martas. They are very into pick me up and spin me, and so it's all of the older kids and me and Callie, who are all right, whose turn is it? Okay,
I walked backstage.
Chloe,
I walked backstage to grab something, and I think I saw you with Graham, our Kurt, and I was like, I'm just gonna go back on stage. I'm not. I don't need that prop.
I think I had Alexis over my shoulder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I'm just gonna go back. You guys are obviously busy. I'll just be over here.
And Jacob's just standing quietly in the corner.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
But I have to commend our cast. Has been so fun to work with. I'm telling you guys who are when you come watch the show, not only you're going to get a great show, but the vocals, our nuns, all of the crazy part harmony, and they're singing in Latin. Oh my gosh, it just sounds so beautiful. The kids are all sounding fantastic. We have, our whole production team has worked extremely hard. Shout out to, of course, Jennifer Akins, our music director, who's just a genius and has such a great ear for what we need for the show. Carla Fristo is our assistant director, and she's just Miss Organization. She has everything on, we're already assigning scene changes and running those. She's been on top of that. Velvet Knight is our production assistant, who's prop mistress galore. She's out I think she is making your bouquets and all that stuff today, and just every day there's more props that come in, and we've worked together for a long time, which has been great. Tiffany Lauer, one of our Academy moms, also has stepped up as our costume coordinator. I went and picked up some costumes in Oklahoma City over the weekend, but she's been really good, organizing them all, making adjustments, finding some other pieces that we need. She has such a good eye about period piece costumes as well. She's been such a joy to work with. And then, of course, Tana Robertson, who has designed our set, which has been just every day when the cast comes in, there's more elements of our set. Yeah, I was tempted to show it, but I'm like, nope, I want to keep it hidden as much as we can until our opening night, because our set has a kind of a character of its own, how it comes to life and to display these different locations. I wanted to keep the energy of the show always moving, and I didn't want there to be a standstill moment. And so our set kind of does that, where we don't have to wait on something. We just kind of keep it moving and keep it on track. And then, of course, our technical team, Greg Dunlap, Brandon Kampumi, and Noah Lang, who have worked so hard painting, and all of our volunteers who come to our work calls and different things like that. We're very blessed at the theater. They're all on my list of favorite things for sure, with all of the help that they've been doing. I've been so corny with this show. It's like so easy to be all the elements of how corny dad jokes I feel like I can make. Hunter, for you coming in, obviously the newbie that making her debut at AOT, we talked about how you have yet to see a show here. You're getting to be a part of a show before you've even seen a show, which I think is so fun. I did the same thing. I was in a show before I got to see a show here. Yeah. And obviously coming from an educational setting with WT and into this, community setting where there's different ages and different things like that. How has that process been for you as far as still creating your character and still being a part of this show?
I think it's a matter of trust. Just trusting that everyone in whatever setting you're in has the same love and the same passion for what you guys are all putting together. Yeah. And creating as a little family, a little temporary family. So it's like I came in and I just trusted that people were gonna show me what to do and show me how things worked, and that they were going to know their stuff, and they do. And I love just being like plopped into something that's already something that's already so amazing and so put together and organized. And it makes it easier to be a newbie, to be a newcomer. Sure. Because if I do my job, I will be integrated and it'll all be fine.
Well, and that's huge. I mean, it's so true. If everyone just comes in and does their job, we have a tradition of our magic circle. A circle is only complete because everyone is there. So that's true. If everyone just does their job, we're gonna be fine. And not only is everyone doing their job, they're doing it very, very well right now, which is very exciting. I get so excited when I leave the theater every night, just glowing at the rehearsal that we've had, because it's just we're in a good spot right now for sure. And I think we're just going to keep improving and adding lighting. I mean, Tana and Greg right now are setting light cues, so we're going to have some cool lights to look at. And it's just the magic of theater is coming together. Jacob, for you've been a part of course, several shows and have been in the orchestra and have helped, with even crew for, Rock of Ages and different things like that. For you, what's it like coming back to do a show, especially after, COVID last year with I mean, you were a part of Little Women, of course, last season, but with this being your big musical return since Sweeney Todd, how has that been for you to come into this process again?
Well, it's been fun and exhilarating, and I find that it's probably because I've missed it so much. I've actually, it's been an easier process because you're wanting to jump in head first and learn your music, learn your lines, and get after it. So it's been a lot of fun. Yeah, I've missed it because it was, let's see, Sweeney Todd was two years ago, right?
Yeah.
This month. Our first music rehearsal for Sound of Music on my Facebook memories, Sweeney Todd's music rehearsals popped up on my phone.
Wow. Yeah, 2 years, that's a long time.
Right.
Everyone who obviously is like, oh, we can't wait to hear Jacob sing. We love his voice. I'm going to say also, you can't wait to see, I'm going to say you can't wait to see him dance. That's right. He's doing some dancing in this show. and they're nailing it. I know you were worried about it, and you're nailing it. So people are also going to be talking about how great your dancing is. So very proud of that. Yeah. The other night, whenever we had a rehearsal, for those of you who may not know how a rehearsal process works, mostly us directors at the theater, we don't necessarily rehearse the first scene of the show in order. Like, we don't start with scene one and then just rehearse the whole show in order. We break up all the scenes so that way we can group groups of people together and rehearse just those people each night, and then kind of put the pieces together as a puzzle, and then start running acts, which we're doing right now. Tomorrow will be our first full run. But I think our first choreography, anything with the show, was The Lonely Goat Herd, which was a scene in the bedroom, which we should mention this. Everyone's going to come going, Mr. Jason, why did you change those songs? No. In the original Broadway musical, My Favorite Things and The Lonely Goat Herd are sung at different times than they are in the movie. So that's not Jason wanting to make everyone upset with him and change to where they are in the show. And so I knew that was going to be a big fun number. And so we worked with that first. And so last night when we ran that scene, I just kept time in the studio. When you walked in for the time for the kid for the first time, it was like, okay, here's let's have some fun and do some dancing with that. And so I thought it was a full circle moment for me last night, which I thought was a lot of fun. Again, those of you who are watching, and by the way, if you have any questions for Jacob or Hunter, definitely ask below. But we want to remind everyone that Sound of Music runs September 16th through October 3rd. Again, it's a collaboration with our ALT Academy. I know, right? Holding that up. That's right. We have so many. We have this. That's our billboard right now. That's our slide for our website. So that's up as well. Yes, we have. I'm all about that. Yeah. We want to let you know, tickets for the first weekend are going kind of quickly. So you'll see there on Thursday, they only have 19 seats left for that Thursday show. We want to let you know on that Thursday show, we actually have a great kind of partnership this year, or for this show. Amarillo National Bank has helped sponsoring that Thursday, September 16th show. It is called 5 for Live. So that first Thursday show, all tickets for that Thursday show are $5 only. So if you know of a family that is hoping to come see it, did you just see my AirPod just dropped off? I'm going to pop that up so I can then reach down. I must be losing weight in my ears.
No attention to the man behind the curtain.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm losing weight in my ears, and so it's just so much room now for them to fall out. No, I'm just kidding. But then of course Friday, September 17th still has some tickets, and Saturday, September 18th also has tickets. So that first weekend we want to get that sold out so we can get all of the other shows sold out as well. We also want to let people know that we have 4 of our 11 shows we are requiring masks. All of our shows are mask optional, but 4 of our shows, we are requiring masks. We wanted to do a balance because we have some people who cannot come to the theater unless the full theater is masked because of their health concerns, grandparents that want to come see the show, different things like that. So we want to let you know Saturday, September 18th, Friday, September 24th, Sunday, September 26th, and Thursday, September 30th. Those 4 shows are currently mask required. And we will remind you about that as you get closer to the theater or to the shows. Luann from down in Midland, always a big fan of ours. She says, awesome, the hills are alive. Break a leg to all. Thanks, Miss Luann. What was that about $5 admission? Victoria says. That's right, Victoria. Grab one of these last 19 seats that are left. Those 19 seats are $5. Where did my little screen go? There it is. Right there. Boom. That first show, Sound of Music. Jacob, will you point at the Thursday, September 16th date? There you go. You got to go there. There you go. So that September 16th, 7:30 show, those 19 seats that are left are $5. All you got to do is call our box office. That's, of course, 806-355-9991. All my stuff got moved around. There it goes. There's all of our info. Or you can order online at AmarilloLittleTheater.org. Another one of your fantastic cast members also making her ALT debut, Stephanie Kelly. Hey guys, I'm so grateful for this experience. Loving it so much. You 3 are so awesome. Stephanie, we think you are awesome. You are doing an awesome job. And her husband has been helping with our set building and painting on the weekends. So full circle for them helping out. We cannot wait. Stephanie is so funny. I met her at auditions and she was like, we've come to see shows. We're patrons. I voted for Sound of Music when you guys were, finding out what the audience wanted to come see. And she was like, if it gets picked, I'm going to audition for it. And then she did, and she was so nervous about it. And then she got cast. It was so great. So I love those moments like that, which is so fun. We also want to let you guys know that in case you haven't seen, I'm not going to show the whole thing because it's a little long, but Monday, good old Labor Day, I had this little idea, and Hunter was off from school, and we had just gotten costumes in. So I said, Hunter, do you want to do this real quick? And she was like, sure. So we ran around town. Again, I'm not going to show you the whole thing. Check out ALT's Facebook or YouTube page, but I just want to show the beginning of it because I think it's fitting that Luann says the hills are alive. So just check this out real quick.
are confident ALT's The Sound of Music will be one of your favorite things. Come see us September 16th through October 3rd at ALT.
Yay! I lied. I was like, I gotta show the whole thing. I was like, it's too much. It's too much fun. It's too much fun. Callie called me out. She goes, I love how you said you wouldn't show the whole video, but then show the whole video. Yeah, as soon as we got to Cadillac Ranch, I put in the private chat to Jacob and Hunter. I was like, I'm gonna show the whole video. Shelly said Jason and Hunter loved the video. So excited. ALT is a place to be for sure. Thanks, Shelly. Luann says, laugh out loud. I love it. It was super fun to make. When we did that super quick, we had just like a list of places I wanted to go. Hunter was so funny because people were like, Maria, and then like people were like walking through our shot, and then it was just, yeah, it was so fun. I will piece together a blooper reel, Hunter, because there was definitely a great moment twice where like one moment where she's walking down the stairs and her hat falls off, but another version where right when she looks at Hodgetown and she turns and her hat just went up flying. It was just, yeah, it was pretty funny. We almost did, it could have been light in the troubles. Yes, it could have been a light in the piazza moment. Had like some Italians grabbed your hat as it flew off your head. It would have been a whole different musical. obviously, if you guys see that on Facebook or any social media, definitely, if you guys can share that, because we'd love to get as many people to see it and to also know about ALT and our show. Shelly says, yes, blooper reel. Yeah, we'll have to do that for sure. But the other great thing is that we always, Amarillo Globe News has always done a great job coming out to do some great photos for us. We'll have hopefully a news spread in this coming Sunday's newspaper talking about our show. Shay Williams, he's a fantastic photographer for Amarillo Globe News. And our cast nobody has seen these. This is an exclusive. I'm only going to share 2 of the photos that we took. Again, we have 2 sets of kiddos. Our boys are staying the same, but our kiddos are switched around. So this is a moment at the festival where they are maybe singing a little song or 2. Oh my gosh, look how cute they look. Oh my gosh.
It's so cute.
They're making that clock that's in the hall, and the bells and the steeple too. I'm telling you right there, it's so adorable. So cute.
This is the first time I've seen all of their faces together.
Well, without a mask, because we've all been
without
wearing
a
masks. That's so true. Yeah. We've all
Like,
been
who
wearing
are
masks
those
in
people?
rehearsals.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't recognize them.
Right? Yeah. It's so true. All right. So then that's one set. And here is our second set. Oh, look how cute they are.
That's so good.
Of our set. But those clothes that were made out of the curtains are just like, they look so good, I think. So yeah, our show is coming along. It's going to be a great show. We want you guys to come see it. Come get your tickets now before it sells out. Again, we want to remind you can get your tickets at 806-355-9991, or of course visit our website amarillolittletheater.org. Victoria says, the Von Trapps are so cute. They are adorable. We also, moments before that photo was taken, our Gretel had some sort of sass to say, and she kind of had this little attitude. And our photographer got a photo of that as well, which was great. So,
I need that picture.
Yeah. It's going to be a photo that she needs to have for when she graduates in our yearbook or something.
She was sour about some Cheez-Its, I think.
Yes.
Yes.
As we all should be. I mean,
yes.
Cheez-Its are pretty fantastic. We also want to remind you, of course, coming up, there'll be some great opportunities to volunteer at the theater, where you can either usher for our show, hand out programs. Maybe you want to help work concession. Definitely look out for an email that will be a sign up for that. Or you can always shoot our volunteer coordinator, Miss Lissa, an email at lissa@amarillolittletheater.org. But yeah, we'll be getting those signups ready to get people signed up to help at the theater. It's going to be 3 weekends of absolute joy and fun, bringing families together and making memories. That's what we're about to be. We're storytellers. We're just excited that we get to help tell this great story and hopefully do it justice. I know that Jacob and Hunter are certainly doing it justice on stage, as well as the whole cast. We're all working very hard at getting. I just got the candelabra for the wedding scene, like all these things. We're just every day we're getting more and more things done for the show. So I hope you guys I hope you can't wait to come see the show, because we cannot wait to have it ready for you guys. Again, Sound of Music runs September 16th, a week from today. Yeah. Whenever you think about it in that terms, it's like, oh my gosh, a week from today. We want to remind you that this is being performed at the ALT Alan Schenkel's main stage. So if you aren't familiar with that, of course, 2019 Civic Circle. Again, we're talking about The Sound of Music, September 16th, October 3rd. Reminder, Thursday shows are at 7:30. Fridays and Saturdays shows at 8 o'clock. And then if there is a Sunday matinee, remember there's not a Sunday matinee that first weekend, but the other Sunday matinees are at 2:30. Hunter, thank you so much for hurrying out of wrapping up at class and finding a spot at WT's theater lobby to come on Thursdays at 3. Jacob, thank you for taking time out of your busy day as well to be on Thursdays at 3. Those of you who are watching, tune in. Of course, next week we'll talk to more cast members about Sound of Music. We'll be all getting ready because we'll have a performance that night. We have a lot to get done in the next week, but our cast and our amazing production team and all those involved are well equipped to put in the work this week to get our show ready for our Panhandle audiences. Last thing I forgot, Hunter and Jacob, last thing, what do you hope Amarillo audiences take away after they see this show?
Oh gosh, to remember to enjoy the simple things.
Yeah,
Simple things like music or family or a
Brown paper packages tied up with string.
yes,
and-
just
yeah.
the little things that can make your day.
Yeah,
I
I
think
love
we
that.
forget sometimes.
Yeah, very true. What about you, Jacob?
This is the perfect show that is an escapism show. So
Yeah.
you're just gonna leave feeling happy and
Literally.
hope. Yes.
Literally.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
It's so true. There's so much going on in the world. There's so many
Mhm.
things with all. Just come to the theater and
It's a happy. It's not going to depress you.
right.
Yeah.
You may have some problems in your own life, but you're gonna come to the theater and you're gonna come
Mhm.
find out how to solve a problem like Maria. I could go on for days. For days, I could go on. So yeah, agreed. Come to the theater and just sit in a dark room with strangers and listen to a beautiful story and listen to some fabulous music. And I think people at the end will hopefully be inspired and like Hunter said, appreciate the small things and just be entertained for 2 hours and 15 minutes and that's what our job is to entertain and to educate and to enlighten people. And I think that's what this show will do for sure. Well, Jacob and Hunter, can't wait to see you at rehearsal in a little bit. We will run Act 2 tonight. Got to get everything ready for Act 2. Those of you who, of course, watch Thursdays at 3, we will see you next week. Don't forget, get those tickets. Fingers crossed to all those who auditioned for the Academy production of the Sherlock Holmes play. And then if you are planning to audition for Defying Gravity, don't forget those auditions are Monday or Tuesday, September 13th, 14th at the ALT Adventure Space starting at 7:30. If you need more information, call our box office, 806-355-9991. Swing by the main stage, pick up a script, and get your tickets for Sound of Music. It's going to be a great show. Thank you guys again for being on my show today, and we'll see you in just a little bit at rehearsal.
Sounds good.
See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.